Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make your own game using Python. It's a very basic game that you'll create using very simple code, and the game that we're going to make is rock paper scissors. Now what happens here is you just type in one of the strings, rock paper scissors, and the computer will make its own string, and then the two hands will compare and whoever has a better hand will win. For example, I type in rock. It shows here I chose rock, the computer also chose rock, and so it is a tie. So this will also work if the computer chose paper or scissors, then obviously scissors beats paper, paper beats rock, and rock beats scissors. So we're gonna make this game, and here we go. So here we are, here's our file, and we'll do the first thing, which will be user hand. We're gonna ask for an input, so do raw input, and here we'll do rock paper or scissors, and after that is typed, we'll then do the computer hand. So we'll do computer hand, and for this one we're going to do something pretty cool. I'm going to import the random module, which what this does is this just gets random numbers between 0 and 1, and we're going to use that to make the computer's hand. So here's the example. Let me comment this out to make it go a little quicker. I'm going to do this. See? Stuff like this. So now the new module. So now the module forces the computer hand to draw from that module the random function, and now computer hand equals this. Now we're going to change this to equal either rock, paper, or scissors, and that way the game will be really random and it won't be fixed. And we'll do the same thing here. So this time we got 0.9, last time we got 0.3. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a random function from the random module to create the computer's hand. And it's going to be pretty cool how we do this. So we'll have the computer hand equals random.random. And now we'll do our if statement. If computer hand is less than or equal to 0.33, then computer hand equals the string rock, right? And now we'll do an elif computer hand is less than 0.66, then we'll do the computer hand equals paper, and then we'll do an else computer hand equals scissors. So that way this gives it at least a 1/3 chance of either drawing a rock, paper, or scissors. So there's 33% chance that you'll get rock, 33% chance you'll get paper, and I guess a 34% chance you'll get scissors. And so that's how we're going to use this random function. Oops, I made a mistake here. Oops. How we use this random function to draw rock, paper, or scissors. And now we're gonna create a function, and we're gonna name that function game. And the way you make a function is you type in def, which is short for define, and then game, and then we'll do our parentheses, and we'll have it draw two variables. So we'll do first and second, and here we're gonna do this is gonna compare who has rock, paper, scissors, and who wins that hand. So we're gonna do if first, we'll do the set if you get a tie, if first equals second, then we'll print you chose first, and that's gonna be or whatever string you inputted, and computer chose second, and then it'll print it is a tie. And that is in the case that the first string equals the second string. And I will make an elif, and here we'll do elif first equals rock, and then if second equals scissors, right? Then print you chose first, computer chose second, print you win. Right? Because if we get rock and the computer draws scissors, which is what second will be, then rock beats scissors and you win. And then we'll make an else, and to make this a little quicker, we'll just copy this and we'll paste it here, and we'll do the same thing here, and it'll be you lose. And the only other else there'll be is if the computer draws paper, which beats rock. So now let's go to our next elif, and to make things go faster, we'll just copy this statement. Hold on. Yeah, we'll just copy this, and we'll go here. I think this is aligned right. Alright, now elif, we'll change this to paper, and if this equals rock, then the same thing goes, and the same thing goes here. So if we choose paper and the computer draws rock, we win. And else, the only else that could be is scissors, and if that's the case, then we lose. So now we'll go to our next one, and we'll do the same thing, copy and paste. And here's our other lift, and we'll change this to scissors. Oops. And we'll change this to paper. And I believe that is the end of that. So we'll have our if first equals second, then you chose first, second, it is a tie. And then we have our elifs here. If you get rock and the computer draws scissors, you win. Else, you know, it'll be you lost. I'll change this to parentheses so we're not too excited. Oops. We're not too excited to lose here. Seemed rather insulting. And so that will be our function for game, where it'll draw the user hand, the computer hand, and then we'll compare them here and see who wins. So let's call our function here. So we'll do game, and we'll have our variables user hand and computer hand. And let's see how this works. Oops, yes, safe. There's unexpected, oops, okay. Interesting. Wonder what's happening here. I guess this is what, okay, so we went to one of them, we went to all of them, okay. Maybe now, okay, so I'll type in rock. And elif. My typos are gonna kill me. I kept doing this. Okay. Now let's type. Let's see. Okay, I type in rock. Here we go. You chose rock. The computer chose rock. It is a tie. Now let's run this again. Rock. You chose rock. Computer chose paper. You lose. And if I do paper. You chose paper. Computer chose rock. You win. And this is basically our game. Scissors, you chose scissors, computer chose scissors, it is a tie. Now this is very basic level programming here. I'm not gonna do a lot of error checking, so let's say someone types in a number or another word other than rock, paper, scissors. Obviously it's not gonna check for that and you're just gonna return an error. But what I did here is just basic level programming, so we're assuming that the user's going to input rock, paper, scissors, and that way it will be easier to program. We imported our random function, and then we then prompted the user for a string, rock, paper, scissors. We then drew from that random module, the random function, and then we converted those numbers into rock, paper, scissors, and then we created our function, which is here. And then from there, we then call our function and use our variables, user hand and computer hand, to equal first and second. And then from that, we have our very simple Python game. Let's run this again. This time I'll choose paper. And I chose paper, computer chose paper, it is a tie. So this is how you can make a very simple rock, paper, scissors game out of Python.